In this tutorial, we're going to talk about how to add pages to your website and also how to work with the menu within WordPress. So here I am on this test site here. I'm logged in, as you can see by the bar on the top there. So let's go ahead and try adding a page. I'm going to go to the back end here. You can just hover over this and click it, and it will bring you right to the WordPress dashboard here. To actually add a page, look over on the left here and you'll see where it has pages. You could just click add new right from here and you'd start adding it. Otherwise, if I click on here as well, it will show me all my existing pages. Right now, this site only has one. But let's go ahead and add a new one. Click add new. And of course, it will load a new screen here. And this is kind of the new page screen for WordPress. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, give it a title. I'm just going to call it new page. And that's really the only thing that's absolutely required. I'll get into some other parts later, but some of the main things you'll want to think about here are you can work with the default WordPress editor and add any content in here that you like. Just type something in there and it's there. However, if most of your sites are going to be set up with this plugin I have called Cornerstone, and that's how you're probably going to want to edit your content. So I'll go more into that later, but just know that you got to click that Cornerstone tab and then click Edit with Cornerstone to actually begin working with that. And that again is the front page or the front end visual editor where you're going to edit your content just like you see it on the site. The only other thing that I would say you want to focus on here for now is the template. There's a bunch of them here, and these give you a bunch of different options, including whether you have a sidebar, whether the page is full width, all that kind of stuff. I find myself typically using this one. It's called blank, no container, header, and footer. And the no container just basically means that your content, if you want it to, you can allow it to go full width, completely full width. Not to be confused with this one that's called layout full width. They do differ. This one truly can go all the way to the sides, so I like to use this one. And header and footer, that just means it still has the regular header and footer, which is pretty much what you want always, unless you're doing like a landing page of some kind where you don't want any of that. So I'm going to select that for this one, and I'm going to click publish. And this page will now be live. And we can, of course, view our new page. Let's click here. And there it is. Not very pretty by itself right now, but we'll work on that probably in the next tutorial here. But for now, we want to add this to the menu. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go back to the back end. Go to Appearance and then Menus. And we don't have a menu yet, so it says edit your menu below or create a new one. So it has menu name and it's blank there. Let's do main menu. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to make it our main menu at the top there. And then click create menu. So now we have this menu. There's nothing in it right now, so it's not very exciting, but what you do is you add pages or links from over here, and then we can drag them around in there. So I'm going to click, look, here's our new page. I'm going to check that and click add to menu. And now our page is there. You can even add, let's add this other one too so I can show you some more. So we've got our two pages here. If you want to change the order, you can just drag them around however you want. Let's say we wanted a drop-down menu. Maybe we want sample page to kind of be in a drop-down menu under new page. Let's try that. So you basically just drag it under and drag it a little to the side. And you see how it's indented there? That means it is a drop-down menu. So let's click Save Menu. And let's take a look at it. And you're going to see right here that it's actually not up yet. So there's still no menu there. The reason for that, I'm just going to go right back to here. And actually, a little shortcut here. You can see if you go over it, menus is one of the options. So let's just click right on that. So we have our menu here, but we need to select a location for it. So you'll see down here, theme locations. This theme usually only has two menus to start with. So primary menu is going to be that main menu. So we're going to click that and then, of course, click Save Menu. Okay, now it's saved. Now let's take a look back at the site. And there it is. There's our new page. And look, if you hover over it, we get that drop-down menu that has sample page on there. So that's great. Alternatively, so if we go back to menus here, there's another way you can work on these as well. If you are here, you click Managing Customizer. I'll show you what that does. We will be talking about the customizer a little bit later in a different tutorial as well. But here's just kind of a brief intro. So if we click that, the customizer is basically just a tool to kind of change some settings on your site while looking at it from the front end. So just browse right here. So you see you have menu locations. You have primary menu here, which we put the main menu. That's the one we named it that. Just has our 2 pages. You can also select the footer menu here. So let's put the same one in the footer. And this will refresh and show us what it looked like. So now we've got this. Our main menu is also in the footer. Now the footer doesn't support drop-down menus, so you don't see the other one, but the main part is there. And I believe you should also be able to make changes to this menu right from here as well. So this is kind of like the screen before. Look, we can change the order of these as well. I made them. Now neither one is a drop-down menu, but as you can see now they're both up there. We can even add new pages. Again, we don't really have. Well, let's add the home. Put it right at the beginning. Perfect. And to save, you just click Save and Publish, and this would now be a live change. And so you can work on it from here. I'm going to click X to kind of exit out of the customizer here. But showing you more of the menus, the other things you can do from here, if you have posts on your website, like blog posts or news items, those will be under here. You can do custom links. So if we want to add a link to Google here, just add it right there, link text, Google. There it is there, and if someone were to click on that from the menu, they would go straight to Google. Categories as well. If you have blog posts with different categories, that's how you would link to that category. And the rest is pretty straightforward. I mean, some of these you can change this custom link here. You can change the label. So, okay, let's say for our new page, we want it to change how it's referred to in the actual menu. We change this to, might be the About Us page. Now you can also change the name of that page directly. So if you were to actually go to that page, you can always change the title as well, which most of the time is going to be what you want. But so we go in here and we just change it there. But if you wanted it to have the kind of title here, but then in the menu, maybe you want to shorten it. Maybe it's a really long title, and so you just wanted to shorten it for the menu. You could do that. So fairly straightforward. Anyway, so that's really how you work with menus and how you add a new page. In the next couple ones, I'm going to be talking more about the customizer and also the Cornerstone plugin that's going to allow us to edit this content.